When you have a goal, make the goal. But during the process, forget about the goal. Only focus on the process. This is something that I wrote, I think, in 2024. Hi, guys, my name is Dr. Kavita, and as you can see, with the amount of journals that I'm carrying here, and some of them here, that I am doing a 2025 audit for myself, and I thought, why not also help you guys to review your year? And I know it's so important to journal, and I am a messy journal maker, so sometimes I have one journal, but other times I have so many. So I am just sorting them out through different years and different phases of life. So bear with me, but what we are gonna do is kind of assess, and you can practice that with me as well, like what to audit, what to save from the previous years, and we'll do also the part where I will go through the album of my phone library and review the highs and the lows of 2025. And meanwhile, from the journals, we'll take away what were the lowest point, because I tend to write and do journal entry whenever I'm feeling low, rather than saving it in a photo album. So to track that and to learn the lessons, I'm going to go through each of the journals, and you can go through your journals or your photo album along with me. So this is my manifestation journal, and yes, this is 2025. I have thanked all the mentors that I take lessons from, Kartika, Abundantly Anushka, Humans of Bombay Girl, Radha Krishna Pillai, Abraham Hicks, Robin Sharma, G. Shetty, Radhika Devlukia, Eckhart Tolle, Elizabeth Gilbert, and few of the celebrities that I look up to are, of course, Priyanka Chopra, Prajakta Kohli, Virat Kohli, Mary Kom, and Ratan Tata sir. And in my family, my mom and dad, and my mom's grandmom. So I used to write people, we had this task like people who inspire you. They do not have to be necessarily alive, or you do not necessarily need to know them, or they do not even have to be real. It can be a fiction character. That is, for me, the fiction character that I really like or that inspires me is Mulan. Yeah, that's the character that I go to. And then there was this movie on dragon, where there is this girl who takes this journey with a dragon. I forgot that name, I'll put that in later. So that dragon, she definitely inspired me. Frozen, Elsa, she inspires me. So then there is a list that in my class they asked us to make a list of the fears, and then the opposite of fear list. So this is actually very nice. Let's see, what did we achieve? Okay, so this is something that I've written about my work, and I was very stressed at that time, and I was having many doubts about my career and future, and it feels so accomplished and so grateful. I feel so grateful to see where I am, sitting today, because that time was really hard for me. This is something that I'm going to note down in my audit. So this is my main 2025 journal. So what we are going to do is make an entry in the journal where it almost ends, because I'm not going to use this journal in 2026, even if it is this much left. But we are going to use this to make audit of 2025. So I would write the month and what I was feeling. I have titled it as Lows of 2025. So there are highs, so there are lows, okay? This was a really tough choice for me because I was standing on the crossroads and I had to make a decision, and I was dead scared. That was in the middle of the year, and I'm so happy how things worked out well. Then we used to have different exercises in our groups, so we had to write the blessings of the week. So I enjoyed Chinese food with my roommates. I recorded one YouTube video, or I think a reel outside, so that was out of my comfort zone. So I have written it in the blessings, and I played pickleball with my roommates and friends, and I ate healthy home cooked meals. So this was just 1 week, but I'm just trying to give you idea how can you journal, or how do I journal these. Yeah. Then there was this one practice which is called as Jadoo practice. You can search on YouTube. So it's a Hindi translation of the Magic Part 2 book of The Secret by Rhonda Byrnes. So there's this girl who makes videos about the Jadoo practice. So we were doing that. So in that we had to thank like 5 or 3 people each day and just write a thank you, letter, or just 5 sentences for each person. So that I've done. So we also used to write misalignment with self. Like if you're trying to manifest one thing, but then your beliefs are something else. So that is something that I've written about, like, manifestation. That why I was not able to manifest that thing is because there was a constant split in my mind. Even though I was saying I want this thing, but deep down I felt that it's not possible for me because I'm not enough, or I'm not at the right age, or the right person, right qualities. So once you write down those beliefs, you kind of look at those beliefs with your conscious eyes, and they sound so stupid to you, and they don't make sense. People achieve their dream in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 50s or 60s, but when you write it, you actually realize, that is what my baby brain was thinking, the child brain. So you just tell them no. You give them the evidence of opposite thing that actually exist in the real world, and that's how you work on your limiting beliefs. So there is a lot of manifestation homework that I've done, because this is my manifestation book. So one tip that I will give you is to write love letter to your joyful career and money, which I did, and that is how I manifested my current job. So I will give you an example how to write. And this is the again, on the left side the fear list, and on the right side there is a self-sabotaging behavior that I was trying to do. This is something that I need to read later on. But yeah, for the love letter for your joyful career or money, for example, if you're preparing for an exam like USMLE exam, so you can write a love letter to your research position or to your residency position, anything. So I'll read few lines so that you can get an idea how to manifest a job, career, or anything else, or money. Thank you for my amazing job. You give me opportunity to grow infinitely and progress. You give me freedom to express and experiment. Thank you for giving me positive and kind work environment. I love my amazing, cool and kind colleagues and seniors. I love the excitement of researching on a new cancer treatment and techniques that help all the patients, and things like these. So this is something that you can write, it's like a love letter for your particular, a desired possession. Hmm, very interesting. So I have written one low of 2025 so far, which was in my manifestation journal, which it should not have been, because you don't mix these things. You keep different diaries for different kind of things. Again, this is my manifestation journal. We will open this later on, but let's see if I've written. One lesson that I will teach you, which Kartika taught us in her class, is keep looking and acknowledging the good things in your life. Don't shoot the messenger, hear the message. So if somebody toxic is in your life, so you don't have to, focus on that person, but hear the message. What is that situation trying to teach you? Messages, go inside and heal that pain. If somebody is triggering you again and again and again, that means there was a trauma way before then that person arrived, and you have to heal that trauma that might have arose when you were a child, most likely less than 10 years of age, because that's the time when we pick up the traumas very fast. World is a giant mirror. So Kartika taught us that world is like a reflection, so that is a mirror that is back at you, and it shows you what you're feeling. So outer conflict, if there is an outer conflict in the world, that means there is a conflict inside of you. Okay, so take 100% responsibility and clean within. And cleaning exercises, like how if you have a toxic partner, toxic job, toxic people around you, or a money problem, or a neighbor problem, relative problem, parent problem, anything like that, do the cleaning. How do you clean? Ho'oponopono. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Search Ho'oponopono on YouTube. Pain body meditation. Example. This is very deep, and Kartika taught us. I might not be teaching the perfect way, but it goes something like, for example, there is this girl who's shouting at me, okay? And she says the meanest of the mean things, and I hear them, come back home, and I'm crying. In that moment, I'm thinking so many negative things, right? So when I'm crying, so I just sit down. I'm crying, I'm feeling the pain, I'm crying, but at the same time, that negative dialogue that often goes in our head, I stop that, and I just focus on the pain. I'm feeling the pain in my chest, the tingling in my legs, and I feel that the pain moves from legs to my stomach, to my heart. And then I try to imagine, what does this pain body looks like. It looks like a gray ball with spikes on it. I feel so hurt with this ball when it moves in my chest. It's very painful. So now all the focus goes from what that girl said, or what kind of negative things that I wanted to say back to her but could not, is on myself and on my body. So when you focus on that pain body, it keeps shrinking until it vanishes. So she advised her to do this every day at the end of the day, because we get so many traumas every day. Then inner child healing, going back into your past and trying to talk to that inner child who was once very afraid, scared, or felt rejected. There are so many free inner child meditation that you can get on YouTube. Body awareness or scanning. Again, this is a type of meditation, and you should do this very regularly. Is whenever you're feeling stressed out, or every single day when you don't know how to meditate, you just play on some very calm music and you do a body scanning exercise in which you just close your eyes, focus on the sensations in your hands, in your palms, then go above from your palms to your hands, then your throat, then your head. Then you take your focus on the feet, feel the tingling sensations. Then in the legs, in the thighs, in your pelvis, in your stomach, in your chest, in your throat, and in your head. So that's the way that you follow, and you focus on each part at least for a minute or two. So that is such a beautiful way to calm yourself down and be aware of your body. I've written one quote: keep healing, life becomes better and better. When the pain is released, outer reality becomes calm. Again, very mindful. So, because this is also, I've written so many love letters. You should write love letters too. It is such a beautiful, simple, easy technique to manifest anything. I used to write so many love letters to my job, so many love letters to this apartment that I am in. I told in one of the reels, I think, that the balcony that I currently have, I used to have the exact view in my vision board back 4 years ago when I was trying to manifest, my job in New York. But little did I know this was, in Miami. So when you write love letter to your apartment, to your job, to your boyfriend, to your partner, to your neighborhood, to the city, so it, keeps on manifesting in your life. So that we have done. Again, this is I'm happy that there are more manifestation diaries rather than the dump journals, because i I'm sure I won't be able to find much low in the journals right now, is because when I am really really sad, one way that I take out or work on my low emotions is I do dump journaling, and I do that on a paper and I write it with black pen and I just tear it down, burn it, or just throw it in the garbage, because once it's out of my system, it's out of my mind and out of my life. But then there are some deep work that I do. So those kind of work I do write. So let's try to find them. So I've written the time when I got a queen bed and I moved it myself, the whole thing. And it was so damn heavy and I did not know how to even transport it. It was something that I thought I should have not taken it, but after the end of it, I was feeling so proud of myself, and that's what I wrote. Because whenever you do things that almost seem impossible but you end up doing them, you should mention them. So I've written, I'm so freaking proud of myself. In 9 months, I learned how life is so unpredictable and unstable. So there is no use of getting attached to the things around you. Better let go and have minimum assets so that you can easily move whenever you need to. It strangely feels that I'm breaking up with my New York view and water, with the Hudson River. I usually write dates, but I haven't gotten date in this one. But it was way before then I moved. It's like somewhere around March or so. But that ended up happening. So yeah. So again, now there is a new learning that I had that time, is new chapter of my life, facing my fears, saying out loud my dreams, to live a creative life, to heal people, to be a great Reiki therapist. So things like that. Sometimes when you're too scared to even say your dreams, that's why your dreams don't come true, because you're scared to even admit that you are dreaming of them, because you deep down you think you are not enough for those dreams. So yeah, that was it. this is something that you should definitely hear. Where do I feel stuck? There are just random journal entries, and I feel so better to look at the past now, to look at that girl who was so confused, and things, in a way finally start to make sense. They can make sense in few months or maybe in an year, but they do make sense eventually. And if you never write about your aspiration, about your fears, or about your feelings, how would you even be able to audit your life? You will feel that you just have lived a random year, but it's never random. There are always pattern and there is always growth. That's why it's so important to journal, even if you're a messy journal writer like me. So I've written this: where do I feel stuck? In my apartment search, I want to feel home, which is mine for good and for at least 10 years, which I can maintain. I feel stuck at feeling nomadic with no place to call home. Why did I say that? Because there were so many apartments that I had, moved from, and there was not a single place that I could lease for, a long time. And although it talks about those places, but in a way, in that moment, I was also dreaming of a place of my own, the whole apartment. And this is at the end of the year that finally happened. So I'm so happy. Okay, so this is it for this one. This one we have done. So now this is a journal entry, and I'll read some of the lows for you from this. This is very personal, but I'll just read some of it. Is I forgot my own goals, and in my very shameful way, I wanted to just settle. I forgot that I was that ambitious girl. And then I have written about all my ambitions. And then I have cribbed about so many things. I was doing what? Looking for an easy pass out or easy way out. This happened so many times, and it happened with me too, that I was so much distracted from my main goal. And 2025 was the year when I finally realized that what my mind was trying to play. Maybe that's what is called being caught up in life and forgetting your dreams, and then wondering, where did I go wrong? That was such a wake up call. Thankfully, I didn't yet settled, and I got a sweet reminder from universe. Sometimes when things don't work according to you, that's a reminder from universe that maybe you need to achieve something more, that you always wanted to do. But wait, did you actually decide to just settle? This is, I'm so proud of being that person and also writing this out. And I've written this in capital letters. One thing that I consider my superpower is getting the hell back up on my 2 feet and walk again with new energy on my path, again and again and again, even after failing multiple times. And I've stopped judging myself from getting in there distracted phases, cause number one, that's life, and number two, that's experience. Number three, it's helping me writing a more interesting and exciting story for my readers. So yeah, I learned quite a few things this year. So like, you guys are seeing the importance of writing, even in the moments that suck, even in the moments that feel that you are the most undeserving person, or you are most stupid, or things are just going not according to your wish, and the world is punishing you. Because eventually, when the story turns towards the end pages, that one breakup or that one job that was toxic, or that one toxic boss, everything, you know, makes sense, because the story has had to come to this point where you had to be that strong, where you could stand up for yourself in a much bigger hospital or company, or you actually realize your own worth, where you say yes to a person who knows your worth. And I am a huge believer of that. Things always work out like they have to, but they have to teach you exactly what you need to learn in that moment. So I used to write a lot. Let me know if you want me to read out more journal and entries, but I'm gonna continue writing more lows of 2025, and then I'm gonna review my album, and I'm gonna share that what happened each month, the highs and the lows. And I was watching Mel Robbins video meanwhile doing that. And wait, I'll show you this. So I actually paused her video here when she was talking about high and lows movement, because do it yourself, it's the end of the year and you should do it too. And after doing that, at the end of it, write few of the lessons that you would want to take into your 2026. And I bought this planner from Michael store in USA, but you can get any planner which works well for you. But honestly, I would kill to get a tiny change planner. This is, I have loved it so much. I used to order it from Amazon in India, and it is such a beautiful planner. And I actually went to India in January or February, and that is when I got this planner, when I already had bought a planner here, because this has such incredible questions. Like they say, my true self is, what is your idea of perfect happiness? What is your greatest fear? Nobody will ask you these questions. You have to ask these questions yourself if you want to, grow in life. My top 30 achievements in life, my dream life, list of goals, 10 rules I always strive to live by, and then 4 keys self assessment. There are so many good things. Like, even before the planner actually start, it actually makes ask you to write so many things about yourself, so that you can do a very good audit about you as a person. So I love this. So you can go to Amazon and just search for the Tiny Change Pro Planner. That is where you'll find this. But until next time, see you guys and good luck. And I hope that you achieve the biggest of the biggest manifestation. You achieve all your dreams. And tell me in comments how you like this video, and wish you a very happy new year 2026.